Well, we've told you all about him all day. This is the first guy this year to make 2 appearances on the Golf Fix. Yep, you're looking at Dennis Miller. And Dennis, congratulations on all this success. First of all, the last time we saw you was on the practice tee there at the U.S. Open. Tell us about that U.S. Open experience.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was incredible. The warm welcome I got from all the fans and the players that saw the putt and everything. It's just, I couldn't describe it. It's what a treat and what a thrill for my family to be out there. And the Olympic Club was fantastic.
How difficult was that golf course?
It's hard to explain. You know, it's not up and down, but it's side to side. You know, literally the holes go back and forth along the hillside, and you know, and it was fair. If you got the golf ball in the fairway, you could play the golf course. But it was very difficult to get the golf ball to stay in the fairway.
What an incredible experience that you were treated to. All right, so now we're talking about putting, and obviously, you know, everybody knows you for that great putt that you made, yeah. the best putt you never saw, right?
Exactly. I did not see it go in.
So let's just talk about putting, because so many people are confused about the whole thing, what to do. There's different ways to do it, and really what it comes down to is you're responsible for both the direction that this is taking as well as the distance.
That's right. That's exactly right. You know, on a putt like this, you don't worry too much about the distance, but you know, I work on my setup a lot. You know, trying to get my hands a little higher, almost like, you know, Steve Stricker with the toe down. I kind of get slouchy with my posture.
Yep.
And then I get my, you know, the putter kind of down. And, you know, if I grip an 8-iron, you know, this grip's going to be below my forearms. I'm
yep.
trying to get it more up in my lifeline and that grip more in line with my forearms.
So you spend a lot of time making sure that the fundamentals of how you hold this putter are in place before you even make a putting stroke.
Yes, absolutely. I get you know, like I get a little sloppy and I get a little careless with my setup where the handle's going to be lower than my forearm, so I'm trying
yep.
to get it up a little bit higher.
Yep. And so that obviously brings you into the distance to the ball, because distance to the ball is so important. What are you doing with your eye line here? Are you trying to get it over the ball or inside the ball? Or
I'm slightly to the inside of the ball. You know, I want the putter to swing on a little bit of an arc,
okay.
so I'm a little inside. Not much. I don't want to overdo it.
Right.
So my eye line's maybe an inch inside.
Okay. So. And then how about weight distribution? Are you thinking at all about weight distribution, or
a little bit more on the left here? You know, I think it's easier to follow through, but really not much. I just try to stay comfortable, centered, you know, a little bit more left.
And not much movement going around,
no,
I would assume.
Exactly.
Okay, so
trying
let's
to get
go
the
ahead
shoulders moving a little bit.
Let's create a little pressure for you here, and you know, nothing to see here, just rolling in another 7-footer, just layup time for you. And so when you're making that stroke there, where does tempo factor into what you're doing?
Yeah, I get, that's another one of my faults is I get quick. If I get short on my backswing, I get quick. Then I get, you know, pushes and pulls out of it.
Yeah, that face tends to open up a little bit when you get a little bit quick with that. As you start going through there, yeah. That heel tends to lead.
Yeah, and then you know, you got to give it a little extra because you know, you just didn't give it enough time to, you know, for the putter to do all the work.
And so as you think about tempo, what might be a thought that you employ? Is it just trying to quiet down the movement of the head, or are you trying to feel like your hands are accelerating a little bit more?
Exactly. I feel my hands stop, and then the putter just keeps going.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I get back here, if I get a little shut, you know, then everything stops here, and I just kind of flip my hands underneath.
Yeah. All right. So there's a lot of people that are at home that have that issue. What's your thought with that? Are you thinking about dragging that putter head, or?
Yeah, or just, you know, once I set the angle or whatever the loft is on that putter, just trying to keep that loft the same, not increasing the loft as the putter comes through.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so let me get some of these golf balls back here, because we want to make sure that we don't run out of ammunition. All right, so go ahead and do that. So as you're going through there, you're really focusing on the lead wrist here, or are you focusing on that trail wrist? You're focusing on that?
Yeah,
okay,
lead
beautiful.
Wrist, holding that through so I'm not changing, you know, the loft of that club.
Right.
Whereas if my hands stop, club head comes through. It's almost like a decelerating stroke. Even though I'm following through, it's you know, it's not.
Well, the handle has stopped. The head has kept going, but it's moving in an upward fashion there.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
So I'm
all right.
adding the loft, and that's when I get the pushes and pulls and all that good stuff.
When you stood over that first putt that you had on the first green at the U.S. Open, were you nervous?
Not on the first putt. I actually made that one. I was very nervous on the tee.
You were.
But, you know, I kind of relaxed as I went down there. I had a very difficult third shot under the tree. I literally had maybe a 2 or 3 foot circle to land a chip shot, and I had a great shot, rolled up about 8 feet, and luckily that was straight uphill. And,
Beautiful. So when you're teaching people on how they can overcome nervous energy on the putting green, what kinds of things are you teaching them to do that?
Well, you know, you got to stick to your routine. You know, once you get your line, distance and direction, like you said earlier, and then just, you know, it's just practice. You know, you work on your setup and, you know, fundamentals. Then you got to, like, just take it all out of your mind and just, you know, picture your putt. You know, putt your picture. Whatever you see is what you should try to do.
All right, so putt a picture here for me. And we're gonna. Okay, so now, most important thing, your favorite tip, okay? Here it is. We've asked everybody. Everybody's given us great information right here. And now the pressure's on you. Your favorite putting tip that you've got.
I think it's, you take for granted where you're hitting the ball on the putter face. I think it's very important to hit the sweet spot. I think you really should try to concentrate. I do a drill where I have a quarter and I put a dime on top of the quarter, and I try to just putt the dime off the quarter. Makes me stay down a little longer, keeps my head down. And then I'm trying to really make sure that I hit this ball right in the center of the putter.
So what you're doing is you're focusing on, are you looking at a dimple on that ball there, or are you more focusing on getting the center of the putter face to contact the center of the ball?
Center of the putter face, yeah. Once I set up, and I do have a line on my ball, I putt with a line. You know,
okay,
I try to get...
So let's do this. I'll just take this and set this up just like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what you're focusing on is making sure that
the line on my putter
is going to hit the line of that right there. Yep, and then that line goes right over. Let's try that again. So we're lining that up just like that.
Yeah, and that again helps me, you know, visualize that line and what I'm trying to do, and I'm getting my body all square. Hands up. I'm really trying to get this to match my forearms.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Dennis, certainly we appreciate you spending some time with us and sharing some wisdom, and really want to congratulate you for all the success that you've had and that U.S. Open experience. It's a fantastic thing, and I'm sure everybody in Youngstown, Ohio there was cheering you on, so congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful 3 weeks, that's for sure.
I'm sure it has. All righty, we've got much more from you. We've got a final swing thought. You don't want to go anywhere. Lots to talk about in one more segment. Stick around. You're watching The Golf Fix. All right, man, let's hit another putt.